Finally, guys, we have arrived at the Columbia ice field.
Now show of hands, remind me, how many of you been on a glacier before? A few of us? Now the rest of you are a bunch of liars. That's cap, that's fake news, that's a fib. Because we're actually on a glacier right now, believe it or not. We are what we call the ice core moraine. Throughout the years, the mountains to our left started to erode, and it collapsed in on itself. So some sediment fell on the side of the glacier. That means if you were to dig about 1 meter or 3 feet, you would hit the glacial ice. The reason why we're so high up here compared to the exposed glacier to our right is the sediment is like a blanket, like an insulator. It insulates the glacier from the sun, the wind, and the rain. Glaciologists say once the Athabasca glacier melts away, our ice core moraine should remain years after. Now if you look really, really closely to your left, you're going to miss the view on the right. As you can see, there's a giant crevasse there, a giant crack in the glacier. So you can see some exposed glacier, and you can see the sediment on top, and it's the same on where we're driving right now. So it's a glacial ice with a little bit of sediment, just in case you guys didn't believe me. I'll drive a little closer so you guys can see that giant crack in the glacier.
Yeah, I can see it.
Take a good look there.
Yeah, that's the crack.
Now it looks like the road got a little washed out, guys. If I'm being honest with you, my ice explorer, it's not really waterproof. So I'm going to need everybody to put their feet up as you go through this puddle here. I'll give you guys a second to bring your feet up. Bring your knees all the way up to your chest before it's too late. There's nothing worse than cold feet on a glacier. Now if you put your feet up just now, you look pretty silly because I lied so hard. This puddle here was actually placed on purpose. It's to wash our tires. We call it the tire wash. Basically, we want to wash our tires from any sediment, any rocks and dirt we don't want to put on the glacier because of a natural phenomenon we call the albedo effect. This albedo effect works a lot like wearing a black t-shirt on a hot summer day. Darker colors, they tend to trap more heat, causing us to sweat more. Or in this case, making the glacier melt at a much faster rate. Now I know you're thinking, there's already a lot of dirt on the glacier, there's already a lot of black and brown spots. Well, that's not from us. That's actually a natural occurrence we call cryoconite. And cryoconite, it comes from the atmosphere. It's basically dust from the mountains or ash from wildfires. So it sits on top of the glacier and it does make it melt at a faster rate. Now, I know you think the glacier is now besides all that black and brown cryoconite, what other colors can you see on the glacier? There's at least 2 more colors. You guys see some more colors? Some white?
White, blue.
Yeah, white and blue, exactly. So the top of the glacier is usually white because the surface of the glacier is constantly attacked by the sun and the rain. So air bubbles begin to form. So it's a little less dense. The ice on top is sort of like the ice in your freezer, 50% ice, 50% air. But that blue ice is what's beneath it, the true glacial ice. 90% ice and 10% air. Now since the glacier is so dense, it's sort of like a giant prism. So when you shine white light through a prism, a rainbow comes out the other side. Because the prism will split that light up. Now the glacier works in a similar fashion. When you shine the light through the glacier, it will split the light up. But larger wavelengths such as reds, yellows, oranges, they go straight through the glacier, they get absorbed. Smaller wavelengths such as blues, they get reflected back to us. So that's what we see, the blue. The deeper the blue, the denser the ice. Now this reminds me, glaciers aren't made out of ice, they're slippery. Oh, wait, I already said that, sorry. So we're going to do some marks, folks. I only have 4 simple rules on the glacier, just 4. Rule number 1, stay within the boundary signs. We set up these boundary signs for everyone's safety. There are many dangers across the glacier. Remember when I told you that the glacier is a giant frozen river? Well, rivers are constantly moving, and so is this glacier. But since the sides of the glaciers are scraping the sides of the mountains, the buildup moves much faster. But since the glacier is moving at different speeds, it causes a lot of stress to the glacier, creating some giant cracks. These cracks are called crevasses. Some of them go up to 35 meters deep and hundreds of meters long. You can see one to the left-hand side, and you saw a big one at the tire wash. Now you see how the glacier is melting? Sometimes that melt water builds up in weak areas in the glacier, creating some giant holes. These holes are called millwells, and some of them go as deep as the glacier's base. So if you went beyond the boundary signs and you fell into a crevasse or a millwell, I would have to call Parks Canada, and they can save you. That's not the issue. My issue is that Parks Canada is a government agency. Have you ever been on the phone with a government agency? They might put you on hold for a while. Might get back to you in 7 to 10 business days. Now, rule number 2 is to stay in front of the ice explorers. Do not walk behind them. These ice explorers are giant buses with giant blind spots. So when I back up, I probably won't see you. When I back up, I probably won't see you. When I back up, I definitely won't feel you. So unless you want to be a pancake, stay in front of the ice explorers. Rule number 3 is to be on time. It is currently 4 o'clock. I'll give you guys until 4:30, alright? I need everybody back on this specific bus by 4:30 p.m. sharp. We are on Ice Explorer 537, otherwise known as the Wolf. So I know they all look the same, so just look for the animal. Today we are the Wolf. So what time does everyone need to come back by? I need everyone to answer. I'm not opening the door.
4:30.
4:30. What bus are we on?
Wolf.
The Wolf. So once we disembark, I'm here for you guys. If you have any questions, any concerns, if you need to take some photos, or even if you want to hang out. Rule number 4 is actually the most important rule, but it's the one most forgotten. Rule number 4, have fun.
Okay. Look at this, guys. We are at the glacier. Oh my gosh, be careful. It's oh no. You can just go there.
So yes guys, finally we are now here and we are about to explore and enjoy the glaciers. Come on! This is a clean water and you can drink from it as well. Just like that lady over there is trying to get some water from there to drink.
Yeah, I will get one. See this one? Look at this.
And these photos were taken August 2022 with my mom, with my dad, with my parents. We were here.
Hello, we are enjoying here at the Glaciers of Canada. Glacier. Look at that. And we have this Columbia ice-filled box.
Yeah, look at this.
Cold.
And huge, big.
Look at that.
Wonderful,
Wonderful. Yeah. It's an experience, you know. It's cold here. Okay, yes, we are getting to the bus now.
And so we are now leaving the glaciers. We had a beautiful day, of course. You see that? And from this on, I'm going to thank you again for joining me. There are lots more to enjoy, so stay with me on my next vlog. Alright? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Guys, thank you.